Have you been wondering if your GLP-1 just stopped working? Your appetite is back, meal is stuck, and you're just thinking about food again. Now you're starting to think, is this as good as this will get? Meanwhile, you see other people dropping weight fast, and you're wondering, what am I doing wrong? Honestly, there have been times where I have looked at my weight loss journey and thought to myself, is this as far as I'm going to go taking this medication? Will I lose any more weight? But here's the hard truth. For many people, the medication just didn't stop working. Something else may be going on in your body that nobody prepared us for. Stay until the end of this video because I am going to share with you my biggest fear being on this GLP-1 journey. And I have a feeling that some of you are secretly afraid of the exact same thing I am. So today we're going to talk about those 5 things that could be happening that nobody has told us about. So let's just get started. Here is number 1. Your body simply adapts to the medication. A lot of us thought that this medication would work magically. We would take it and then we would lose all of this weight. We would get to our goal, and that was that. Many of us are finding out it's not that simple. You get the medication, you take that injection, and your body starts to feel good. Within the first day or 2, they started feeling better. But then your body adapts, and it could take months or years. What is happening is your metabolism can slow down when you're losing weight. Your body becomes more efficient. Your calorie needs can actually change. The dramatic losses you saw start to slow way down. But that doesn't mean that you automatically have failed or the medication has stopped working. We know that looking on social media and seeing people lose at a fast rate or a different pace that's much faster than yours. It doesn't even have to be fast. It could be faster than you. And people start to think, what is going on with me? Why aren't I losing? So I just want you to know that your body is adapting to the medication. So be patient and stay consistent. Number 2 could have people spiraling mentally. They're just not ready for when your appetite returns. Many people experience appetite suppression, which is what the medication is supposed to do. But there comes a time when your appetite will come back. People instantly think the medication has stopped working. This scares people because many people, and myself included, we've gotten used to reduced or no cravings at all. We've gotten used to no food noise or just a tiny bit of food noise when it's time for that next injection. So when those things stop happening, we are in a panic. Before the GLP-1, a lot of people have shared that they were obsessed with food. And not being obsessed with food, what you're going to eat, when you're going to eat it, what time you're going to eat it, has been one of the hidden blessings of taking this GLP-1. When that appetite comes back, I want you to remember that feeling that way is normal. Feeling hungry is normal. But we do want to control it. Other things are happening like metabolic improvements, insulin resistance, and blood sugar control. So those things are still going on in the background. Long-term success on this medication can not only depend on never feeling hungry again, because eventually life is going to happen and that hunger will kick in and we just have to learn how to deal with it. The goal is progress with this lifestyle change, not perfection. We want to learn how to live differently for the long term. Number 3 can be a toxic part of the GLP-1 journey. That is the idea of comparing yourself, that whole comparison culture. When you see people online losing 12, 15 pounds in a month, 100 pounds in a year, 100 pounds in 8 months, a lot of people get very discouraged because they start to compare their journeys. It just makes your normal progress seems like it's not enough. You start to feel like a failure when actually you're doing well. I like to say slow and steady, but these days I'm saying normal and steady because if you're losing between 0.5 and 2 pounds a week, you are in the normal range. So on that higher level, that's going to be 8 pounds a month. If you're losing over 8 pounds a month, you are a fast loser, right? You're a fast responder. You're losing pretty quickly. You're more than average. If you are in that average range, that is okay. If you have not made it to that average range, you will get there. You just have to stay patient and stay consistent with your healthy habits. A lot of times when we're comparing our weight loss and our health journey to someone else's journey, we don't see the behind the scenes of what they're actually going through. They could be gaining and losing the same 2 pounds or 3 pounds over and over. We may not see that. The loose skin, the burnout, feeling like they're part of the diet culture again, trying this diet and trying that diet, the exhaustion and the unhealthy habits that they may have and you don't see. So with that said, we all know that our biology is absolutely different. There's no one body like another person's body. Even identical biological twins have differences. So just remember that. You don't know what somebody else's backstory is, so don't compare yourself. Just remember, slow and steady or normal and steady is sustainable, realistic weight loss. So there's that. Before we get to the hormones of it all, stay tuned because I am going to tell you what my biggest fear is with this whole GLP-1 journey. Now that brings us to number 4. And if you are a lady over a certain age, you can relate. This is truly something that most women were not warned about. We were not warned that our bodies would change. It would hold on to weight and fat for dear life when we were going through menopause or perimenopause. If you are stuck on your weight loss journey, if you are stuck on your health journey, you should seek out your doctor or a healthcare professional and let them support you in finding out where your hormone levels are. For women over 40 and 50, this journey is just going to be different. It is because of our hormonal shifts. And our hormones affect everything. It will affect your weight loss journey, and not just your weight loss journey, your overall health journey. You may experience stress, poor sleep, inflammation, muscle loss, menopause, have perimenopause symptoms. If you have any of those things going on, they can affect fat loss, your hunger, cravings, energy level, how you recover after working out, and muscle retention. And some women are constantly blaming themselves, including myself. Nobody ever warned me what was going on with my body. So I'm going to tell you to work with your body instead of fighting against your body. One of the best things you could do is find a doctor that specializes in menopause, perimenopause. Ask your doctor, your regular doctor, and if they don't know, look up a doctor in your area. Just go into Google, Smoogle, and type it in there and see if you can find a menopause or women's health expert in your area, because you want to know where your hormone levels are. I always say, once you're armed with information, knowledge is power, and then you can come up with a plan to do something about it. What are some things that have been helpful for me? Prioritize protein, prioritize water, prioritize strength training. You want to get your sleep in, reduce your stress. Sometimes just lowering your stress level, reducing that inflammation, and strength training is progress. That's all your body can handle. It's still holding on to the weight, but it is releasing some of those other things. So for right now, if that's where your body is, embrace that and give your body what it needs in those areas. You will be making progress even if that scale is not moving. That brings us to number 5. And this part is exactly why people quit the journey. You guessed it. The scale is not moving. The scale is not moving the way people want, and they give up. They quit. They say, I can't afford this, or I've been taking this medication for so long. I thought I would be farther ahead. I've only lost 10 pounds and it's been 6 months. I'm going to say to you, that has to be tough. I'm not going to sit here and act like, oh, you lost 10 pounds. That's the greatest thing in the world after 6 months. But what I am going to say is, what are some other things that you have experienced taking the GLP-1 that the scale is just not going to measure? What are those things? For me, it was my A1C being lowered. It was a 7.6. Now it's a 5.6. I'm in that normal range for my A1C. It was also my blood pressure. It was in the 150s over 90s, and now it's normal. It was also the visceral fat. I started to chip away at that visceral fat. And how do I know? Because I got a DEXA scan. You could get a DEXA scan, an in-body scan, whatever scan or scale you have that gives you an accurate measure of your visceral fat. Another thing is being able to move. Once that inflammation was lowered dramatically in my body, I was able to move and have more energy. And not for nothing, I am over 80 pounds down, but I was feeling better when I lost 15, 20 pounds. I noticed a difference with that weight being off my knees. So I'm going to say to you, don't wait until you get those huge 50, 60, 70-pound weight loss totals to enjoy how you feel. Another thing I'm doing is I'm sleeping better. I am sleeping 6, 7, 8 hours at night when I was getting only 3 and 4 before. And how did I do that? I prioritized sleep. So I set a time that I was going to go to bed, and I went to bed. I turned everything off. I moved that phone away from my nightstand, and I was able to sleep. I think it helped a little bit on the scale, but more importantly, it really helped how I feel. The last couple of things I want to mention is that I am breathing easier and better. I like to say easy breezy, lemon squeezy. I am breathing better. Before, I would walk up those stairs and get so tired, and I had to catch my breath a lot. These days, I am walking up easy breezy. Now, there are times when I might have to catch my breath, but guess what? I'm catching that breath and I'm keeping it moving, and I'm not laboring to breathe like I was before. Other simple things like bending over to pick something up. Before, I would feel tired. Now I do that. It's just no problem at all. So all those things are great non-skill victories that I want you to think about. Even if you haven't lost a pound at all, do you feel better? I want you to track more than your pounds. Track more than your pounds. Track other things. If you stuck around, thank you for watching. I want to share with you, the person who waited to the end so you could hear what my biggest fear is. And I'm going to tell you, I don't really want to tear up. My biggest fear is maxing out on this medication, getting to that 15 milligrams and not reaching my goal. I know that people are going to flood this comment section and text me or send me messages and let me know that there are other medications on the horizon. You got this, you got that. Why am I even worried about this? And I'm not even on 15 yet. Well, because I'm getting there. And it's a fear. And if I'm being honest, I'm just sharing, what I'm thinking out loud here. I just feel like, geez Louise, I have to reach my goal before I max out on this medication. And not for nothing, I think other people are afraid of some things too. I'm just going to tell you some of the fears that people have shared with me. People are afraid of regaining all the weight that they have lost. People are afraid of losing that control of food again. People are afraid of the hunger returning. That's a big thing. People are afraid of needing the medication long term. And because I was diagnosed as a type 2 diabetic, I probably am one who's going to need the medication long term. So I have made peace with that, I must say. Feeling like somehow you have failed. I mean, that is a feeling for a lot of people. People are saying, why isn't this medication working for me like it is for everybody else? So I think if you are someone who has thought that, I hope this video has helped you be able to stay patient. So let's stop hiding our fears with the medication. Let's talk about it. Let's support each other. Let's share our journeys. Let's root each other on, and I know we can do it. The truth is, a lot of us thought we were just on a weight loss journey, and we now realize it's more emotional than that. And we also realize it's not just a weight loss journey, it's a health journey. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you realize you are not alone. I'm going through this with you. We are all trying to get to our goals. Some of us are struggling with that scale. Some of us are struggling with comparison to others. Some of us are in maintenance, struggling how to figure that out. And some people are doing just fine. So if you're one of those people that are doing just fine and you just love the videos I'm making and being here to support us, I appreciate that, because we need all the support we can get. And not for nothing, when you're in maintenance, you need support too. So thank you so much for being here. Hype the video so YouTube can push this out and share it with other people that need to hear this message. Subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed, because we have real conversations over here. We want you here with us. Join me live, share your journey, ask questions, get some information about the GLP-1. Join us live on Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. If you want some support in a smaller group, a more private group, join my inner circle. Check out my stand store. The link to everything I mentioned will be in the description. And most of all, I want you to take great care of yourself. And remember, slow and steady, as I like to call it, normal and steady, wins the race. Just don't quit.